nights. How are you guys doing? Prepare to be captivated by yet another episode of Say What with SRMAP. I'm your host Rujna, and today we have someone who is immensely talented to share their journey with us, the one and only Simran Kaushik. Welcome, Simran, to our sensational show. We're absolutely thrilled to have you. Now, without further ado, please introduce yourself to our audience.
Hello everyone, I am Simran Kaushik. I am the author of two books and the president of our space club in this university. Apart from this, I'm also a really enthusiastic physics student.
That's really nice. Thank you so much. So, let's start off with your journey. You started out in Mumbai and now your life has brought you to Amravati, one of the hottest places, I might say. What was it like moving across the country to pursue your passion towards physics and space science in particular at SRMAP?
It was a surreal yet unexpected experience, and me, out of all the people in my family, would have never expected to come to Amravati. But that was the only choice I had back then in 2021, and I'm glad I chose this university as it was the only one offering the course I wanted. And apart from being able to study what I was passionate about, I also got closer to my mom's roots as I am half Telugu, and I also got to experience the cultural shock from Mumbai to Amravati. It has been a good experience. I like the life I built around here. I adopted a kitten, I formed a space club. So yeah, it has been going good so well.
So this is a shock to me that you have Telugu roots. And since you said about kitten, may I please know the name of your kitten, please?
I named her Solitary Hunter because that's what she is. I call her Hunter.
That's great. And since you mentioned life about you don't know how life has changed from Mumbai to Amravati. Now everyone has one life-changing moment that will allow them to come out of their comfort zones and explore. So what is that one particular moment that you feel is in your life that has led you towards stars and physics?
So my passion in space, especially, it was a cumulative effect of me being a very enthusiastic reader of encyclopedias. So I would say it wasn't one particular defining moment, but it was several such moments where I was reading and learning about space. So when I was, I think, only 1 digit old kid, I remember my mom buying one encyclopedia set, and it had many themes. It had nature, animals, everything, but the one that I got intrigued by was the space encyclopedia, and ever since I kept on reading more and more, and I was inclined to it, so I also started having more questions about it. And the more I studied, the more I nurtured the passion for space. So I would say the reading really helped me, find out my love for space. And as well as after YouTube and everything became popular, my love for space just grew exponentially.
That's really nice to hear. And to be really honest, just like your journey, you've also mentioned that you're an author. And for me, particularly, writing something is so much different from learning about physics. So, how would you say that writing and physics, how well do they go to with each other?
So I have noticed there is often a duality associated with any form of art and the sciences. But I would, being in both of these fields, I would say that they are in a very fundamental level deeply connected to each other. You can find really artistic beauty in science, and similarly, you can look for something scientific even when you are studying something artistic, be it paintings, be it drawings or music. Music is one of the really greatest examples of resonance and vibrations in particular. So, my perspective is I see a bit of both in each of these fields. Whenever I am involved with something artistic, I also draw apart from writing. I have also illustrated each of the 30 poems in my Astroverse book. So I also think about what would really be symmetric. I always get that physics component in making art, and when I'm studying physics, I always think about, oh, this could be a really cool tattoo. This is so artistic. So I think there is a really deep connection between both of these.
To to be really honest, I'm someone who is very scared of physics because that was the one subject in my schooling and in my intermediate that I was really bad at. But you saying that it has an artistic vision made me realize that it definitely does have a different perspective. And writing is my hobby. I write poems a lot, but they never get published. So let's say it's just a hobby. So, how, and it's difficult to get an inspiration to write poetry sometimes for me. How would you say, and at what level of difficulty do you face to get an inspiration?
Whenever I write books and I'm stuck at something or stuck at a poem, I simply write about how I'm not able to proceed further. So, one of the poems in my Petrichor book was labeled Writer's Block, and I'm exploring how I'm struggling, like the frustration. I just used that frustration and channeled it into more art. So I would say in order to be able to do that, you have to maintain certain level of practice such that you see art in even basic things. You can see art in a bus ride, you can see art in your everyday frustrations with life. So I would say if you develop that habit of writing, your mind would overflow with ideas. You would have to stop yourself from thinking of poetic ideas. That's literally what happens sometimes to me. So I have created a WhatsApp group where I'm the only member, and whenever I get random ideas, I just type, like, if I get a rhyming scheme, I type it out.
That's really nice. And to everyone who doesn't know about Simran Kaushik, she is the 21st Century Emily Dickinson Award winner. So, firstly, Simran, congratulations on that. How did this recognition impact your journey as a writer in particular?
So this award was given to me for my first book, Petrichor, and it also, apart from having artistic benefits like getting more exposure, it also boosted my self-esteem because I noticed, like, after the publication of that book, I kept noticing more and more mistakes in my writing. So I noticed that the difference between an editor and a writer is a writer knows when to stop editing. So getting that award actually helped me console myself that okay, I am deserving of this. I made something and I should continue doing this. And that in turn gave me more inspiration to just keep going because as it was the first award, you need the initial push from people around you, and that was lacking. So this award compensated for that.
That's really nice. And also, you have so many roles in your hand, and it is difficult to, engage ourselves in different roles. For example, now you're a physics student, you're an author, you published a book, you're the founder of Seeds at SRMAP. So, how do you think, or how do you manage all these tasks at hand?
One biggest inspiration for multitasking is my mentor, Dr. Ashmita Das. She has also, just like me, been given many responsibilities in this university. So whenever I feel like I feel overwhelmed, I take her as an example and I prioritize my tasks, what is immediately at hand and what requires my immediate attention. To be honest, I am still struggling with time management and I am no expert in that area. But apart from that, I think prioritizing and the urgency of a certain situation can help you get things done when you have so much in your plate.
That's nice. And physics is, even I'm an English student, so I know what it feels like to opt something very unusual, quote unquote, people say. So, how would you describe your experience as a student who's pursuing physics at SRMAP?
So, first thing I would advise anyone is find a community or find a really close knit group of passionate people who have similar interests as you. Firstly, when I came to SRMAP as a young fresher physics student, I did not have a community of space enthusiasts, so I decided to form one because that was lacking in my life, and I felt the need for a space club in my university. Even as a school student, I would have greatly appreciated if a nearby university space club would have come to us or made us see through a telescope. So that advice for this particular question would be find a community, and if you cannot find one, try to form one. And there will always be people who close enough interests as you will never be alone. India is the greatest populated country right now, so you will never be alone in your pursuits.
That is so true. It is always nice to find people around you who have same interests as you so that we can keep moving forward. And writing, you are a writer and published book. So let's say that is one of your professions as well. Apart from all of these that you have, what are the hobbies? Like, what do you do when you have free time? Which I'm sure that happens very rarely, but when you do, what are your hobbies and what do you do?
I really find comfort in painting and drawing, even though I have included drawing in some of my books. But there is just something that, as they say, hits different about just not monetizing your hobby, just doing it for yourself. For me, that would be painting, and also I'm learning guitar. I'm a really big Swiftie, so that is one of my de stressors as well. Music and drawing.
Since you said you're a Swiftie, what is your favorite Taylor Swift song?
All songs in repetition.
One, if I may ask in particular?
I cannot answer that.
Okay, I think all Swifties have that problem of not getting one particular song of hers to be her favorite song. And Simran, I'm sure this is just the beginning of this wonderful and incredible journey that you have. And I'm sure you are about to achieve a lot of things. So, as a young scientist and writer, what are your hopes and aspirations for the future of the space exploration?
I am particularly keen about spectroscopy. Spectroscopy is the interaction between light and matter. Basically, just by studying how light from certain object changes or how it behaves, you can decode so much more about that material or that particular astronomical object. And that is a really fascinating field, particularly for me. Apart from spectroscopy, I also like theoretical cosmology. That involves a lot of mathematics about black holes. It can help us decode about the early universe. And I am branching out in many pursuits, even within sciences. But my main field always has been something closely related to space, as I mentioned, black holes and spectroscopy. So, spectroscopy also finds its applications in astronomy. So, that would be one of my pursuits later on.
Thank you so much, Simran. It's been wonderful talking to you about your journey from the north to the south of India. And you've showed what it takes to follow one's passion, and you've rightly proved again, just like all the other top people and authors that I know, that where there's a will, there is a way. Because being a physics student and writing a book, I'm sure is a difficult task, but you've achieved that. And to everyone who's hearing this, trust me, where there's a will, there is a way. And we have the best example sitting here with us. And once again, Simran, thank you so, so much for spending your time and sharing your journey with us. And to all the SRMites, be ready for all the amazing podcasts that you're about to hear. This is Trishna officially signing off. Thank you.